Senior night is a celebration of all the hard work and dedication given over the last 4 years. Now, introducing your 2021 seniors. Number 18, Olivia Tagliaferri. Liv, a.k.a. Tags to her team, started playing field hockey in 6th grade with the Boys and Girls Club Panthers and has played on the Wayne Hills varsity field hockey team since freshman year. She plans on studying nursing and possibly playing club field hockey in college. Today, she is accompanied by her parents, Vinny and Paula, and her brother, Vinny. Number 3, Sydney Levin. Sydney Levin is a 4-year varsity starter who was named First Team All-County and First Team All-League in 2020. She was just named Female Athlete of the Week in North Jersey by the Bergen Record. Sydney is looking forward to college life, but will miss her teammates and Coach Weiss, who has made a huge impact in her life. Today, she is accompanied by her parents, Lee and Jan, and her sister, Skylar. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2021 Field Hockey Seniors.
If that's the real clock, we'll start with the minute. I don't know that it's going to be the real clock.
Hello and welcome to Patriot Stadium for today's field hockey varsity matchup that features the Demarest Norsemen and your Wayne Hills Patriots. Alongside Jake Talerico, I am Noah Sandler as we bring you this matchup. Going into tonight, the Wayne Hills team is 5-7 and the Demarest team is 0-11 with only one goal scored this entire year. Now, Jake, in honor of senior night, give us a rundown of the two seniors for this year and what's special about the two of this graduating class.
Yeah, the first senior I want to talk about is Sid Levitt. She was actually the player of the week this week in North Jersey, and on the year she has 14 goals, 3 assists, and 31 points. And then the second senior I want to talk about is Olivia Tagliaferri with 5 goals, 7 assists, and 17 points on the year. Both played 4 years on varsity, and they got honored tonight on senior night.
Yeah, and tonight's, they're really great players. As you said, their stats, they're definitely leading this team. They have some great leadership and on the field and off the field, which is really great to see. And even tonight, when we were watching them warming up, they were hanging out with everybody. They were having fun because this is one of their last few games here at Wayne Hills. And tonight's starting goalie for your Wayne Hills team is Becca Cohen, who has 82 saves in her 9 games played this year. She's been the starting goalie. She's a junior, obviously, because the two seniors are not goalies and they're position players. So this team has been pretty good this year. They're playing against a team who, as I said, hasn't even won a game yet and has only scored 1 goal in their 11 games played throughout this year.
Yeah, even Wayne Hills has not been on a hot streak in their last 5, 1-4 in their last 5 games, being actually scoreless in 3 of them, losing 5-0 to Westwood, 5-0 to West Milford, and 3-0 to Butler. And then their one win in that 5-game stretch was versus Riverdale, where they won 3-2. And then their most recent game versus Wayne Valley, On October 7th, they lost 3-1.
The head-to-head between these two teams is 3-2 for Hills. Hills has won the last 3 meetings with 2 in 2019, 1 in 2018, and then they lost the 2 games in 2017. So this has been a matchup that hasn't been played every single year, but it really was played consistently 2017, 18, 19. Looks like both home and away for each of those games. As we see both teams out on the field. Unfortunately, we don't have the roster for this Demarest team tonight, but we do have the Hills roster, so we'll be bringing all of that to you as the game goes on. Tonight's game will be played with 4 15-minute quarters, and we're ready to get going here at Patriot Stadium on a beautiful night here. And we're off. There's Google Cease on the far end of the field. And that's centered over to Kayla Canning. And the whistle is blown.
Yeah, let's see how Wayne Hills will come out. Are they going to come out aggressive on offense? Seems like they will.
And now here is Sid Levitt. Sydney Levitt, as we said, one of the 2 seniors, number 3. And the whistle is blown again.
Looks like they called a push on Sid Levitt as they lose possession as she was driving down the field.
That is centered by Demarest. And now Tagliaferri. And now right near the goal, a lot of players from both teams. Whistle is blown.
A little bit of pushing and shoving so far, which has lost Wayne Hills multiple possessions.
Jalen James with the ball now. Kayla Canning. Whistle's blown again.
Yeah, to talk about the team overall, they only obviously we went over the 2 seniors, and there's not really many juniors, and we even see a couple freshmen. The 1 sophomore, Jalen James, is starting. The freshman, Emily Gagoose, is starting. Very young team, so it could be a good team moving forward.
That's centered in. Tagliaferri takes a shot, and that is saved. Another shot taken. And right near the goal, the whistle is blown.
Seems like Wayne Hills is going to keep the pressure on, as they've basically had it down on this side of the field for a while.
Sid Levitt takes a shot, and that is deflected wide of the net. It'll be Hill's ball now.
the whistle blown again. Wayne Hills playing aggressive, trying to keep the pressure on, trying to get a goal early.
That ball is centered. Whistle blown again. Now Demarest looking to get it over onto the hill side of the field. And now Hills regains possession. That was Jalen James on the takeaway, and she still has the ball. Whistle's blown. And Jalen James was down on the field, but she gets up easily.
Yeah, Jalen James took that ball basically halfway down the field, starting at the 30, finishing around the 25.
Looks like it was kicked by Sydney Levitt there on that play, which is a penalty. That ball goes out of bounds. It will be Hill's ball. Jalen James to pass it in. Now, Sid Levitt centers it, and that shot is deflected out.
Yeah, seems to be mentioning Jalen James' name a lot tonight. As on the year, she does have 5 goals with 2 assists and 12 points, tied for the second most goals on the team.
Now that's passed out. James passes over to Google Stees. Tagliaferri takes it in, and that is deflected out. James centers it. She takes a shot, and that's kicked away by the goalie, and the whistle's blown.
I'm not sure how many saves the goalie has so far in the first 7 minutes, but it has to be up there. It seems Wayne Hills has not had the ball on their side of their defensive side of the field all game long.
Yeah, really maintaining some aggressive possession here. And takes a shot, and that's a goal. That is a goal for Wayne Hills. Couldn't quite tell who that was on the goal. Were you able to see, Jake?
No, I could not see. There is about every single player, it seems like, on the team around the goal. And from our point of view, it's very hard to tell who actually has possession.
Now, Wayne Hills up with an early 1-0 lead.
Scored by number 11, Kayla Channing.
That's Kayla Canning's 4th goal of the year. That will bring her total to 8 points.
Passed in. And the whistle is blown.
I'm really not sure what the whistle is blown for. It doesn't seem like there's a lot of contact. And as like the other team starts around the 50-yard line, and there's about 4 defenders, it seems like, in the goal plus the goalie, and then 4 Patriots players on this side of the field to try and score. But I'm not sure if they have a certain amount of time to score with this possession. No, do you know?
No, I'm not really quite sure here as we have 5:54 to go in the first quarter. Hills with an early 1-0 lead. And now Hills regains possession. Jalen James on the ball now. Passes it up the field. And the whistle is blown. It'll be a Hills ball. Ball just kept in bounds there. That ball went out of bounds, but it will remain a Hills ball.
Looks like that ball went out of bounds. And Demarest will get the ball starting around the 15. Still have not had a possession on the Patriots' defensive side of the field yet in this game, as it looks like they're about to have one.
Yep. Demarest looking for something. And that's hit off the foot of one of the Demarest players. Nice pass there down the line. Now here's Sid Levitt on the ball. With some nice moves. And that ball goes out of bounds.
Patriots seem to favor this right side of the field, which does make our jobs easier, as it definitely seems like Jalen James and Sid Levitt continue to pass the ball back and forth with each other on this side.
Now that's passed in. And now it goes wide of the goal. Tagliaferri. And at about the middle of the field, the whistle is blown. James takes it and passes it towards the center. And the whistle is blown.
James seems to be winning these one-on-one matchups. Not sure who she is going up against. I think these are considered face-offs in field hockey.
Sid Levitt gaining possession. And it goes off her foot, and the whistle is blown. With a minute and 25 seconds to go in the first quarter, in this 4-quarter field hockey matchup between the Wayne Hills Patriots and the Demarest Norsemen.
Yeah, a lot of changes of possession so far. It seems like the ball somehow went underneath the fence, and it will be Patriots' ball.
James passes it over to Levitt. Sid Levitt takes a shot, but the defense was there. About 30 seconds to go in the first quarter. Looking to take a shot. The shot was taken there, but that was blocked away.
Yeah, that was just saved. It looks like they were coming around the edge as the first quarter does come to an end.
And that will do it for the end of the first quarter. Hills up 1-0 against Demarest.
At the end of the first quarter, Demarest 0, Patriots 1.
As there'll be a 2-minute timer in between each quarter. So basically it's like a mini timeout, I guess, in between each quarter as the Patriots go to their sideline and Demarest goes to theirs to rethink what they've been doing. Patriots have had the ball a lot on their side of the field. They just cannot score. Demarest obviously wants to step it up on the defensive side and somehow get the ball on the offensive side.
Yeah. And we'll see you for second quarter action in just a few moments.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by Positano Pizza, the finest Italian cuisine and pizzeria. Show us your Wayne Hills student ID to get 2 slices of pizza or a bowl of pasta, plus a drink for only $5.
And now we are back for the second quarter. Hills with a 1-0 lead over Demarest. It is Demarest to start with the ball, looking to get some kind of possession in the Hill zone, as they haven't really been able to at all so far in this game.
Seemed to be some contact in the middle of the field there between Jalen James and the Demarest midfielder. As Sid Levitt has possession of the ball going right down the middle of the field.
Yeah, Sid Levitt looking to get a shot. And her shot goes just wide to the left. Tagliaferri now.
Yeah, Sid Levitt took 45 yards down the field and ended up being blocked by one of the 2 defenders for Demarest.
Now Hills with possession. .13:25 to go in the second quarter. Sid Levitt now takes a shot, and that is blocked away.
Sid Levitt's been aggressive on offense. Obviously, it shows in their stats, 14 goals on the year. As it looks like Patriots will get another possession and try and score.
Now that's passed back to Tagliaferri. She passes it over. And that goes out of bounds.
Yeah, now Demarest will get the ball. It seems like hustle is the name of the game for Demarest, as that's what they have to do. Obviously, their defense not showing much life. They cannot get the ball away from the Patriots' offense. So they need to do as much as they can, especially their goalie, as that is another block shot.
Yeah, that pass was centered, but it went just wide. It was deflected out of play. Now Demarest looking to get some time in the Hill zone. And now that's followed down the field. Still haven't gotten a shot so far in this game. And the whistle is blown.
Seemed to hit off Jalen James's foot there as Demarest gets their first possession here.
But now Hill's quickly getting possession here. And the whistle's blown. Tagliaferri. And that pass is intercepted. James now looking for an open player in white. Tagliaferri now with the ball. And now Sid Levitt tries to center it, but that goes wide.
Looks like a Demarest player is down. She got up right away. But what a great center by Sid Levitt. Unfortunately, they could not capitalize on it, but Sid Levitt's been all over the field.
Levitt on the ball. And the Demarest player is knocked down, and a penalty will be called on that play.
Yeah, Wayne Hill's definitely getting frustrated. Obviously, they've had the ball ever since this game started. Seems like they've had the ball for the whole entire time on their side of the field, and they only produced one goal out of it. Definitely getting frustrated as we see a couple of Demarest players falling.
Now that's passed to Tagliaferri, but unable to complete a pass. And now that goes all the way back. James on the ball. Over to Tagliaferri. Now that goes wide. Followed by Sid Levitt. Kept just in bounds. And the whistle is blown. Now that is passed back. James is there to take care of it, but she's met by a Demarest defender, and that will be Wayne Hill's ball. Now that pass is centered, and it goes out of bounds with 8:24 to go in the second quarter. Now that's passed in. Tagliaferri on the ball. Tries to center it, and that ball goes out of bounds.
Just about halfway through the second quarter. 1-0, still the score. Patriots leading as Jalen James passes the ball in.
Tagliaferri on the ball. Passes it to Sid Levitt. Sid Levitt just able to keep it in bounds. She has possession. Taking a shot, but that is deflected away. And the Demarest player was tripped up, and that will be called for a penalty. It is Demarest ball. Now Sid Levitt on the ball, takes a shot, and that is deflected wide.
Unfortunately, we do not have the stats on it, but I'm sure Sid Levitt has at least 10 shots on goal, and she has not made one. Eventually, I'm sure she'll get one, but not yet.
Ball is passed in. Tagliaferri on the shot, and that gets blocked away. She has possession of the ball. That is centered, and unable to get a shot through.
Wayne Hill's looking to score here towards the end of the first half, as they've had possession for basically all of the second quarter.
That is passed in. James takes a shot, and that ball goes wide with 5:31 to go in the second quarter. Sid Levitt on the ball now. She centers it, looking for an open shot. That is unsuccessful. Trying to keep possession of the ball. Whistle's blown.
It looks like Olivia Tagliaferri actually just missed the shot. Definitely would have had an opportunity to score, with Sid Levitt centering the ball all night.
That ball is passed in. Trying to center it. A shot is taken. That is blocked away by the goalie.
So far, it's been a pretty easy night for our goalie, Becca Cohen. To be honest, I don't think she's moved.
Nope, she hasn't even faced a single shot. Now, that ball goes out of play. Now Demarest with possession. Gets it past LaCourte. Now LaCourte has the ball. Whistle's blown, and that will go to Demarest.
A poor trip there as the whistle is blown, and Demarest will get the ball back.
Demarest trying to get it up in the Patriots zone. Kayla Canning on the ball. Now it's over to Sid Levitt. Levitt with a nice move there, but unable to maintain possession. With 2:20 to go in the second quarter. LaCourte passes it to Tagliaferri. And the whistle is blown.
There really isn't like a specific location where the player has to put the ball down and the ref spots it. It's like the player throws it and they just start where I think the closest yard line they were.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not the most familiar on the rules of field hockey, but I believe that's the way it works. With 1:36 to go in the second quarter.
Demarest definitely making a bit of a statement here towards the end of the second quarter, having the ball around midfield for a while now, but as Sid Levitt is starting taking down the field.
Sid Levitt now with possession. She tries to take a shot. And that ball went out of play. Under a minute to go. Passed in. Sid Levitt looking to take a shot. She takes a shot. That's blocked away. And that ball goes wide with 33 seconds to go in the second quarter.
Multiple missed shots there by the Patriots, but definitely good plays by their goalie. Only allowed one goal on many shots taken on her as Demarest has the ball, but it looks like Wayne Hills will regain possession with less than 15 seconds left to go.
Tagliaferri takes a shot that goes just wide of the net. And that looks like it will do it for the second quarter here. Wayne Hills up 1-0.
With Denver 0 and the Patriots 1.
And we will see you in just a few moments for action from the third quarter and then the fourth, as we're halfway through this game, and Jake will give us a little bit of a recap of what we've seen so far.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by Positano Pizza, the finest Italian cuisine and pizzeria. Show us your Wayne Hills student ID to get 2 slices of pizza or a bowl of pasta, plus a drink for only $5.
And now welcome back to Patriot Stadium with Hills up 1-0 as we're getting ready to start off the third quarter. And we are underway to start off the third. And Hills with some early possession. And takes a shot, and that is already a goal scored by Wayne Hills to start off the third quarter. That was Emily Gugusis on that goal. Very early on.
Looks like Kalia Canning ended up right on the ground. But 30 seconds in, Patriots put another score.
Patriots goal scorer by number 8, Emily Gugusis.
Now, so Jake, what have you seen so far in this game that hopefully they're already starting to work on in the third quarter here?
In the first half, it was obviously 1-0 since early in the first quarter. But Patriots had possession of it basically the whole time. I don't think their defense really had to defend very much at all. But the Patriots, they just seemed to dominate the first quarter and the first half overall, but they could not score more than one goal. But early on now, end of the third quarter, 30 seconds in, they put up another goal, making it 2-0.
So in the standings for these two teams, Hills is second to last in the Passaic and Morris division, with Passaic Valley being last, Wayne Hill second to last. And leading the division is Pompton Lakes, followed by Lakeland. So they're really towards the bottom there, which maybe they'll hopefully be able to work on and get up with their last few games. And I'm not sure where they stand in terms of playoffs and county tournaments and such, but hopefully that's something that will be in their future.
Yeah, to even talk about the standings a little bit more, Patriots definitely like being home a lot more this year. 3-1 at home, only played 4 games. Up 2-0 here, and I think they have 3 to 4 more games, and they will be at home for them. 2-6 away. They do not like playing away this season. There's still a couple games left, and they like being home. See what they're showing by their record at home, so they could win a couple more games and be above 500.
And I think I may have been mistaken with something I said earlier on in our broadcast. Oh, actually, no, I wasn't. I was looking at the wrong stat. I thought they had a different stat for Demarest. But, yep, Demarest has not won a game yet, and they're looking to win their first tonight.
Seems like the Patriots are going to continue what they did in the first half, be aggressive on offense, and just to make sure the sides did switch, so the Patriots are on offense now, going against this side of the field.
A shot still hasn't been taken on Becca Cohen, the Wayne Hills goalie. And that ball, James has possession, takes a shot, and that is deflected wide. Canning on the ball.
I'm not sure if there's any substitutions going to the second half. It is hard to tell what the jersey numbers are, especially on the far side of the field. But it seems like the main starters like Sid Levitt, Jalen James, Canning are all in the game.
And that is center. And the whistle is blown. And that was not Tagliaferri, but that was Kayla Canning right there wide open looking to take a shot, but just wasn't able to get her stick on it.
Yeah, Kayla Canning has multiple shots first half. I think she had about 3 opportunities there, but it was well played by the Demarest defense, and also Sid Levitt was in there. She had her opportunities also, but they could not score. Just about 8 minutes and 50 seconds left to go here in the third quarter.
And now over on the far corner, looking for an open shot. And almost open there. Kayla Canning almost had an open shot, but the goalie was there to block that away. And the whistle is blown. Eight minutes to go in the third quarter. Tagliaferri. Now that's passed towards the center, and that shot is blocked.
Demarest will have possession now. Still can't get the ball on their offensive side. As I said earlier, Becca Cohen has not, I don't think she's had to block a shot yet.
Nope. She really hasn't been put to work at all. Hills has really maintained some aggressive possession on the Demarest end of the field.
Talk about the Patriots roster. They're really, as we talked about senior night, 2 seniors. There's only a couple juniors like our starting goalie, Becca Cohen, Caitlin Stachel. We have Kayla Canning, Alyssa Sorial. We only have 4 juniors, and our only sophomore, Jalen James, and even the couple freshmen, Emily Gagusis, who did score a goal tonight. Very young team for the Patriots.
Yeah, but it's a small team, and I'm not sure if they have a JV and freshman teams. But it is a pretty small team. There's only 5 players on the bench right now, plus the backup goalie. Marching band is here for tonight's game, playing some tunes here for a senior night.
Yeah, it seems like they're taking over the role of the student section.
And the shot is taken, and that goes wide of the net.
So Levitt had another shot on goal recently. Seems to be crowded. As soon as she has an opportunity to score, she's surrounded by multiple defenders, and there's no chance to get it out. Whistle is blown, and then their opportunity is done as they still have possession of the ball.
Tagliaferri takes a shot, and that is a goal. Tagliaferri on the shot there on senior night. With 4:54 to go in the third quarter, Hills with a 3-0 lead.
Tagliaferri gets her senior night goal. That's exactly what you want. Now we just need Sid Levitt, the other senior, to score. So many opportunities for her to score. I'm sure she'll get one. Just about 4 minutes and 54 seconds left to go in the third. We still have a whole nother quarter.
Patriots goal scored by number 18, Olivia Tagliaferri.
Now that's passed in. And another goal is scored. That was number 11, I believe, Kayla Canning, for another goal. Excuse me, that might have actually been Jalen James on that goal. I thought it was Kayla Canning, but it may have not been. And now there's Hills with a 4-0 lead. Now they're really starting to pick it up in this game.
We'll see what our announcer says shortly on the exact confirmation of the goal. So many players for the Patriots in one spot.
Score by number 11, Kayla Canning.
Yeah, that was indeed Kayla Canning, the junior, on the goal. That was her 4th goal of the season. .350 to go in the third quarter.
After only scoring 1 goal in a whole half, just only 13 minutes or so into this third quarter, Patriots have put up 3 goals. 2 in the last 2 minutes and 1 right away in the third quarter. 3 minutes and 20 seconds left to go in the third quarter.
Now the whistle is blown. That was a nice pass there to Kayla Canning, but it got just past her.
Pretty good possession there.
And now Tagliaferri on the ball. And now looking to center it, but Demarest defense is there.
Seems like the Patriots team is just playing a lot more quicker than Demarest when it just comes to their player talent and overall effort. Being up by 4 gives players just, they want to play harder for their team, and Demarest being down by 4, 0-11, I'm not sure if they want to show a lot of effort.
Yeah, and I feel like their Hills has definitely been picking it up to start off this third quarter. They started off kind of slow. They were getting some nice shots on the net. But they've scored 3 goals within the last 10 minutes now.
And we see another freshman coming in the game, Rebecca Shuffy, number 12.
Less than a minute to go in the third quarter. Here's Sid Levitt on the ball. On a little bit of a breakaway here. She's kind of blocked by the defenders, and the whistle is blown.
Seems like Sid Levitt she always has a nice breakaway and gets very close to the goal and just cannot score when multiple defenders crowd her every time. "20 seconds and counting down here as the Patriots will get one last shot to look and score before the end of the third quarter.
And that should do it for the third quarter here. Hills with a 4-0 lead, and we will be back in just a few moments for the fourth quarter.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by Positano Pizza, the finest Italian cuisine and pizzeria. Show us your Wayne Hills student ID to get 2 slices of pizza or a bowl of pasta plus a drink for only $5.
And now, welcome back for our fourth quarter. Hills with a 4-0 lead as we're about to start the last 15 minutes of this game.
Yeah, the Patriots offense completely took over from start to finish. Still 1 quarter left to go.
Taking a shot, and that shot goes just wide to the left of the goal. Now, Kokosis, and the whistle's blown. Sid Levitt right in front of the goal. And that is a goal. Sydney Levitt, the senior, with her first of the game and her 15th of the year, which makes it a 5-0 game with 13 minutes to go in the fourth quarter.
As I said earlier, Sydney Levitt would eventually get her goal. So many shots that one had to eventually go in. Now both seniors for tonight do have a goal, along with Emily Gagousas with 1, Kayla Canning with 2, the one earlier in the game and the one just before Sydney Levitt's, and the other senior, Olivia Tagliaferra.
Now both seniors have scored goals so far in this game, which is great to see, especially on senior night. And that, as I said, that was Sydney Levitt's 15th.
Patriots goal scored by number 3, Sydney Levitt.
Another shot is taken by Canning that goes wide to the left.
Just under 12 minutes left to go here in the fourth quarter. Patriots with a 5-0 lead. 4 goals scored here in the second half. Four of the goals were scored in 20 minutes. The Patriots have been making subs throughout the game. They have actually gotten every single player in the game, whether it's for a quarter, a half. Other players like Sid Levitt and Olivia Tagliaferra playing the whole game.
And that ball is right in there. And the whistle's blown. There were a few nice open shots there, but unfortunately, none of them were successful. And again, I don't believe Becca Cohen has faced any shots so far in this game, which means that the defense has been great, and this Demarest offense just really hasn't been able to get nice chunks of possession in order to get some shots on goal. That ball is centered. And it goes out of the area.
That was multiple good plays by the Demarest defense. Sydney Levitt had a shot and it was blocked. And then there was another shot and it was also blocked. Pretty good defense there. But they have not been strong, obviously, throughout this second half.
Canning on the ball. Whistle blown again, with about 10 to go in the fourth quarter. Tagliaferri. And passes it, intended for Levitt, but that goes past her. Takes a shot, but that's blocked. And the whistle is blown again with about 9 to go in the fourth. Now that ball passed in. And another whistle is blown. There's been a lot of penalties. I'm not quite sure if this is how all the games go, but there's been a lot of times where a player has touched the ball with their foot or made an illegal hit or something like that, which causes the whistle to be blown and a penalty to be called. That ball is centered. Sid Levitt takes a shot. Another shot's taken, but that is knocked away by the goalie. On a cool 62-degree night here at Wayne Hills High School, the temperature has gone down as the game has progressed and as the sun was setting.
The Patriots still have been on offense for majority of this game. That's the main reason why they're winning. After a while, the goalie can only block so many balls, and the defense can only hold up for so long. Just about. We just reached the halfway point here at Patriot Stadium with the Wayne Hills Patriots girls field hockey team leading 5-0 here. Still with possession of the ball.
And now, on a nice breakaway here. Levitt was on the ball, but a whistle was blown.
Haven't heard much from the band here in the fourth quarter, as I'm sure they know this game is sealed. As another pass right over the middle does go out of bounds.
Yeah, Tagliaferri took a nice hard shot there.
Patriots have possession of the ball. Just about 5 minutes, 15 seconds left to go here in the fourth. Some impactful players on the game. Kayla Canning, the junior, with 2 goals. And the 2 seniors, Olivia Tagliaferro with 1, and Sid Levitt, who has countless shots on the goal tonight and with 1 goal to her name. But I'm sure she has absolutely made the biggest impact on this team.
Yeah, Kayla Canning went into this game with 2 goals through the first 11 games, and now coming out, she's going to have at least 2 more, possibly more, have at least 5 on the season, which is great to see from her. Demarest looking for some sort of possession here on the Patriots' end, but is just unable to get it as Tagliaferro regains possession from the Demarest player.
Jalen James driving down. Still does not have a goal tonight. One of the starters without one.
Levitt looking to take a shot, but is unable to. Now that's passed over to Levitt. Takes a shot from far away, but unable to complete it.
I'm not sure if you heard, Noah, but we talked about Becca Cohen not having any action so far tonight, with just about 3 minutes left to go, but she does have some team spirit. I hear her screaming just about every 30 seconds, cheering on one of her teammates.
Yeah, I mean, she's definitely trying to bring a little bit of team spirit here, even though her team is up by 5 goals and will likely go on to win this game. It's always great to keep that spirit up, and I believe they only have a few more left on the season, so they're trying to cherish every moment here, especially with 2 seniors who are about to have their last few games. And that shot is taken by Levitt that goes wide.
Just about to the 2-minute warning left to go in this game. 5-0 Patriots still. Patriots playing, the game just started, playing aggressive. Letting up a little bit. See the ball just around midfield now.
Tagliaferro passes it to Levitt. Now Levitt. And just about a minute to go in the 4th quarter.
Jalen James passing the ball over the middle to Sid Levitt. Patriots still being aggressive, always wanting to score more. 45 seconds left to go and counting here.
And now, less than 30 seconds here. Clock is just kind of winding down. Here on senior night, the whistle is blown again.
as another player falls. Patriots sealed the win 5-0. What a great performance by the team.
Yep, that will do it here at Patriots Stadium as the clock hits 0. Once again, the final score 5-0. So, Jake, give us a quick recap of this game and what you've seen and what you see for the future of this team.
A lot of young talent, as I mentioned a couple times during the game. Each of our seniors got a goal tonight. Sydney Levitt and Olivia Tagliaferra. Kayla Canning, the junior, with 2 goals. That's really good to see as a junior. And then our freshman, Emily Gagusis, with 1 goal tonight. But just a great performance by the offense. The defense basically had to put no work in, which that's all you can ask for as Patriots come out on top.
Well, that about wraps things up here at Patriots Stadium. Once again, the final score 5-0. For Jake Talerico, I am Noah Sandler, and we will see you next time here on Wayne Hills TV.